Okay, hi. My name is Star, and I'm finally going to be recording the video that I've tried to record over 200 times already. Not literally, but I've tried. Um, I'm a little sick, so if my voice sounds really raspy, I apologize. But here's my catfish story. All right, so we met back in 2013 on Twitter. It all started with a DM because they had texted me and they were like, hey, like, I think you're cute and whatnot. So I was like, all right, whatever. So we talked for like 3 weeks and they finally asked me, they're like, oh, hey, can I have your number so we can text? I was like, yeah, sure. We started texting and they turned out to be a pretty cool person. There's nothing wrong with them. They didn't seem weird. They talked normal, like they were always just like, hey, what are you doing, like, oh, like, back and forth, like a normal conversation. So like in October going towards December, because my birthday's in October and then of course Christmas is in December, they had asked me like, oh, what do you want for either one? I forgot, and I was like, well, I really want these makeup palettes. They're like, oh, well, I'll get them for you. I was like, no, it's fine. And then they're like, no, like, come on. And I was like, no, it's fine. But they ended up getting it for me and I was like, oh, well, that's really sweet, like, thank you. So after that, like, it was pretty cool. Like, we just kept talking and talking and we started getting to know each other more. And like, they always sent me pictures of like their family. Like, he had a sister, his mom, his dad, like, it was just like a normal thing, like how normal people do. And on his Twitter, he'd post pictures about where he goes to school and like all this other stuff. And I knew he went to UT, so I was like, oh, that's cool, like that's where I wanted to go. So like, we had a lot of things in common. But like red flags started popping up now and then because they were more like the type of person where they're like, oh, like when I wanted to talk on the phone, they'd be like, oh no, I'm busy. Or like when they would FaceTime me, they'd FaceTime me at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, like that's fucking weird. Like if you don't think that's weird, then I don't know, there's something wrong with you. And when they would call me on FaceTime, when I would answer and they would stay on the phone, like they just cover the camera, it'd be pitch black and you'd hear someone breathing. Like if that doesn't yell serial killer, I don't know what does. But yeah, so at this one point, everyone remembers photo. Pretty sure everyone remembers photo. You could download your contacts to photo so you can get like start following more people. So I was like, okay, let me download my contacts. So I downloaded my contacts and all of a sudden his name popped up and it said Memo. So I was like, okay, like let me add them. But when I went to go look at their photo, like it was nothing but like a girl. And I was like, what the fuck? Like that's so fishy. I was like, okay. I was like, let me ask them about it. And then I was like, but wait, let me do a little snooping. So I did a little snooping and whatnot. And like every pizza that he told me he was eating, she was eating. He used to work at Crocs, she worked at Crocs. Like she was at the store, he was at the store. And I was like, bro, like I'm not stupid. Like you either lying, like you're not who you say you are, or you have a fucking girlfriend that you don't want anybody to know about. So I was like, okay, like that's weird. So I asked him about it. I was like, hey, like, like, do you have a girlfriend that you haven't told me about? Or like, are you really you? And they're like, yeah, like I'm me, like that's just a coworker, we're really close and we hang out a lot. And I was like, all right, like, and after that I didn't feel right about it. So like I think that was like in 2015, 16, and I stopped talking to them. But I didn't talk to them for a while because in 2016 I met my baby's dad, which is Miguel. We ended up having a baby girl in November, and the following January I got a random text message and I didn't recognize the number, but they were like, damn, congrats on your new baby, like sucks that you had it with somebody else that isn't me. And I was just thought that was fucking weird. I was like, okay, whatever, thanks. And then after that, like we didn't talk again, and that was in 2016. So I think like a year and a half, 2 years passed, and like I was on Twitter, and I used to fuck around a lot on Twitter, and I had a Curious Cat. All of a sudden on Curious Cat I got a question. It was like, hey, text me. And I was like, okay, like who is this? So the next one was like, it's Memo. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I was shocked because like remember, I haven't talked to this person in a minute. So I was like, okay. So they gave me their number and we started talking. So I was like, all right, like whatever. So we got back to normal. Like we started talking, like they let me know like what's changed in their life and how their sister has a baby now, and like, you know, everything, like, you know, how normal people, their lives move on, you know, everyone grows up, everyone does their own thing. So I was like, okay, like that's cool. Like what about you? Like how you been? They're like, oh cool, like I graduate college soon, and like I started an internship with the police department of Bronzeville. And I was like, oh, like that's nice, like that's what's up. And then they're like, yeah. So like, you know, I got comfortable with talking to them again, and then all of a sudden like they just got really closed off, and I was like, okay. And then like they used to text me a lot of weird stuff. They used to always tell me like, oh hey, like I miss you talking to me, like I love you, blah blah blah. And you know, it was, I don't know, it was weird to me. Like to me it was more like, how can you love someone you never met, you know? Like I get it, there's a long distance relationship, but at least those people have met before. Like I used to always tell them like, hey, like you're not that far from me, let me take a drive and I'll meet you and we'll see how we get along and whatnot. They're always like, oh, we'll find a time when I'm not busy, like when I'm not with family. And I was just like, okay. Like it was always a freaking excuse about it. So I was like, you know what, I give up. So in 2018 my daughter turned 2 November 14th. So November 16th, they had texted me and they told me that their mom was in the hospital and that she had passed away. And honestly, like I felt so bad because I wouldn't even know what to do without my mom. Like my mom's my life, my mom's my best friend. Like I would never know what to do without my mom. So I like gave my condolences and I was like, if you need anything, like let me know. Like if you need me to go down there, like, you know, I will. Like it's not a big problem. And they was like, no, like it's fine. So I was like, okay. So we stopped talking for a little bit again, and then we started talking again in 2019. And like I don't know, like I just didn't feel right about it anymore because I was like, who like stays gone for that long, who wants to talk to someone, like you know, how do you continue to stop talking to someone and all of a sudden like re-pop up? Like it doesn't happen like that. Either you gonna meet me or you not. Like we're not gonna be playing fucking games back and forth. Like if you are who you are, like bitch, I'm me. I may look ugly sometimes, but I'm me. And then so like I went back to my old phone and I started doing some snooping again because like I had remembered that I screenshotted the profile of that girl that I had found when I was back on photo, and I still had it on my phone. So like I looked her up on Facebook and I looked her up on Twitter, and I found like her Facebook and I found her Twitter, and like red flags just started popping up everywhere. Like on her Twitter she would talk about how she had an internship with the police department. She would talk about how she didn't want it to end, and like he would tell me how he always had dinner with the police chief over there, and she was putting how she had dinner with the police chief. And I was like, bro, like this isn't like, it's not a coincidence. Like you're a fucking liar, like straight up. Like just tell me the truth. Like I'm not gonna be bad. I don't care. I don't care if you're a female. Like no, I don't like girls, but shit, like we can always be friends. So like I started getting mad about it, you know, and like I like try to give it one last chance. I was like, hey, I was like, I got a question for you. And they're like, yeah. I was like, what's your last name? They're like, oh, I already told you, blah blah. And I was like, yeah, but I want to know what your last name is. And they're like, oh, well, it's Ramirez. So I looked on Facebook, I looked on Twitter, I looked on Google, I looked up the number, everything. There is like no one named Guillermo Ramirez. So I was like, what the fuck? And like what's so crazy to me is like, if this person isn't who they say they are, then who in the hell is this person they're portraying to be? Like you have pictures of his mom, his dad, him, his sister's baby at his sister's baby shower. Like you got him as a friend on Facebook because I couldn't find him. Does he have another name? Because I couldn't find him. I was like, man. So like I got tired of it, and I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna contact Catfish. So I contacted Catfish, and the producer called me and they're like, hey, like how long have you known them? Like how long has it been now? And I don't know, like honestly it's been 7 years since the first time I met this person. And it was just crazy to me. Like I'm not one to lie, you know, like if you want to keep up a lie, like that's all you, but the fuck is the purpose of keeping it up for 7 years? Like what the hell are you benefiting out of it? Like I don't give a shit because I wasn't sending you money. I wasn't giving you like my attention. I wasn't all caught up. Like my heart wasn't in this, you know? So all I want to know is like, why would you do that? Like, do you need a friend? Like, I'll be your friend. You know, I'm a pretty cool friend. I don't got no friends, but I'm a pretty cool friend. So yeah, so like Catfish texted them and they were like, hey, like, you know, we're people who let other people that meet online like finally meet in person. Like, do you want to meet Estrella? And then like they never texted back. So Catfish was like, hey, like, can you text him and see if he received our message? And I was like, yeah. So I texted him and I was like, what'd I say? I was like, hey, did Crystal reach out to you? They're like, who's that? I was like, I'm pretty sure you know who it is. I just want to know the truth, Memo. Like, I'm tired of going around and around with everything that I have found. Maybe I should just block you until you're ready to tell me the truth. And they were like, honestly, I blocked the number because it sounded weird about money, but okay. Also, I just want this to be over with. Goodbye. I was like, nice life to you, to be honest. I was like, hope all goes well. So I had blocked them on my phone, but I guess I didn't block them on my watch. And I got a message on my watch and it was like, you want to know the truth? Like, I'm a person. That's the truth. Like, I'm a human being. And I was like, okay. I texted him back and I was like, what does that even mean? Like, I never said you weren't human. I was like, not like I said you were an alien or something. And like my messages were just going green, 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 green. So I was like, man, like that's fucking fishy. So I had called them, and when I called them, the first thing to pop up was, oh, this mobile device has been disconnected or has been changed to a different number. And I was like, bro, like this is so weird. And then when I went back to this girl's Twitter, she blocked me. Like, okay, what the fuck did I do to you? Like, you were the one trying to catfish me. Like, why the fuck am I getting blocked? You should be getting blocked. So, and then I go to her Facebook and she has me blocked on Facebook too. Like, okay. And then she deleted her Instagram, so I don't know what happened to that. But like, you know, I still had, before she blocked me on Facebook, like I was going through her Facebook, and the person who I thought they were, which is Memo, he used to send me pictures of his mom's grave from like far away, and like, you know how you can tell someone's flowers. So when I went on her Facebook, I saw the same tombstone that he used to send me, but it had her shoes in it. So I knew it was the same tombstone. Like, I'm not dumb, you know. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I know that's my straw. And then I just like, I'm not making this video to bash anybody. Like, everyone live your life how you want to, but don't try to lie to someone after you already got caught up in that lie. It's not worth it. Like, just fuck it. Like, be like, all right, like I did it. Yeah, all right, move on. And like, I don't know, it's just crazy to me, because at the same time, like looking through all this stuff, like the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, like I found out like this girl has a boyfriend. Like, how do you have this kind of time on your hands and you have a boyfriend? Like, girl, like what is wrong with you? And it was kind of weird because it's like, I don't know, they used to tell me stuff like, if this person was actually a girl, then Jesus Christ, were you dedicated to this thing? Like, they used to tell me stuff like, I love you, like you're so beautiful, I don't want anybody else but you. Like, they used to just tell me a lot of things, and I was like, bro, like it's so crazy. Like, how do you have that much to say to someone? They were like, trust me, I love a girl who wears makeup, has their nails done, and is always looking nice. But I don't expect that all the time. With you, I love how you are, how you do your makeup. You look gorgeous. But to me, I love it when you don't. Siempre te ves hermosa. Like, bro, are you that dedicated? Like thank you, but like for real? Like, I don't know. And like they would tell me like, I would be lying to you if I don't think other girls are pretty, but you're the one that I want. I would choose to marry and start a family with, but I just don't want a pretty face or a body. I want a woman who can make me happy and make me laugh. I know I can count on them with anything and everything, and someone I trust. You're the one I want to wake up to every morning and tell how much I love you with all my heart, and tell you that I want you to be the mother to my unborn kids. Like, literally, if you're fucking lying, why do you say that to somebody? Like, It's pretty fucking creepy. Like, do you have nothing better to do with your life? For real, it's weird. You know, I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say her actual name because I'm not trying to get anybody bashed. But like, you know who you are. And if you see this video, hit me up with your new number so we can talk about it. Like, I'll fucking drive to Bronzeville if you want me to so we can meet in person and you can tell me what the fuck is going on with this whole entire thing. I don't give a shit. Like, you didn't hurt me. I just want to know, like, why keep it up this long? It's been 7 years. Like, and I want to know who is the person that you're sending me pictures of, because I want to know if they know that you're sending me pictures of them. And I want to know if they know that you had pictures of them when they were in high school, when they were in middle school, of their mom or their dad. And like, to tell me that their mom died, I get it that, you know, your mom actually passed away and my condolences to you. But when you're faking to be someone and you say that their mom passed away, like, that's really hurtful because you're jinxing somebody else's life. But hey, there's nothing I can do about it. You do what you do. Las personas hacen lo que hacen. So, you know what? That's my catfish story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let's see when I make a part 2 of another story. So, thank you.